what's up, Granos and Granettes? Juan Granos, back again, this time with another review. So today we're going to be talking about power. So today we're going to be reviewing a power generator. Now, basically, the reason I'm doing this review is winter's coming. Yes, winter's coming, and you should have some backup in your house. I mean, even if it's, maybe a little battery that, rechargeable battery, so you could charge your phone, so you could have power, for even for radio, you should have power in your house in case of an emergency. Now, in big cities, usually you lose power, but in rural areas, even suburban areas, you do lose power because a lot of the power lines are outside, and if there's a storm, power lines come down, you lose your power, you're out cold, So enter this power generator. Now, this is the box. This is what it looks like. Now, the name of the company is called Rockpals. It doesn't say it in the box. It's kind of sort of like a generic box. So why don't we just go into the unboxing? Now, who needs this? Everybody needs this. You know why? Because you never know what type of emergency you're going to come up with. Now, what I can tell you is I'm doing the unboxing, but I already played with this item for about 2 weeks. And the one thing I can tell you is I charged it once. It took about maybe 6 hours to fully charge. I charged it once and I haven't charged it since. Now, I did charge it again for the review, but I was using it for about 2 weeks straight and the power was still going. Anyways, let's just take this bad boy out, and here it is. I'm just gonna take everything out, do a proper unboxing. So here's the unit, and the unit is not very heavy at all. Now, let's talk about the unit. The unit is a 250 watt multi-purpose power station. Check that out. How cool is this? Now, what I do like is that some of these units that they sell, they don't really, they tell you in the website. You go to the website, it tells you what can you use with this. Sometimes you don't know. This is a 250 watt system. It's actually rated peak power at 300, but 250 is the number. Now, here in the back, it tells you all the stuff that you could actually use with this, which is actually really helpful because, sometimes you pick up one of these units, you don't know if you could plug in a computer or here. Basically, it tells you all the stuff that you could use with this unit. A CPAP, a phone. You could charge your phone up to 22 times, probably more. I'm sure I charge my phone more. A camera, you could charge a camera, like a picture camera. If you're a photographer, you're out in the field, you have lights that you want to take with you. This is what you need. This is the power station that you need. A laptop, of course. Video game accessory. Doesn't say that you could power a PlayStation. I didn't try it, but probably could power a PlayStation, because I do know that it can power a TV, since the TV doesn't use that many watts. I mean, the new TVs don't use that many watts, right? Floodlights, like I said. You could charge your little drone. Check that out. You could charge your little drone. It says a car refrigerator, so it's, refrigerator, sort of small refrigerator you could charge. An inflatable mattress, of course. Camping, and it tells you take it to the beach, for maybe your cell phone or your speaker. Now, the unit, it is, I love the way it looks. I mean, it's got this beautiful orange color. Rockpals, of course, it tells you 250 watt, multi-purpose battery. Now, there's a whole bunch of different ways to charge this unit. Now, I'm going to show you the basic ways that I use. Now, here is the unit. Let's go into the box, the accessories box here. And so you could charge a unit via electricity, of course. You could just charge it right to your power wall. To your wall. You could charge it that way. But they do sell a separate solar power unit that you could connect to this, and you could charge this with solar power. So if you're out camping and you want to take this unit with you, obviously you don't have electricity, you have the little solar panels that you can connect to this and charge it up. It does come with 2 other plugs, one for your car and one to plug accessories that you plug into your car. Sometimes you have one of those chargers for your phone that looks like this, like the socket. You could plug it right in here. And of course, it does have instructions. Now, the instructions do come in English and Chinese, but the instructions are fairly straightforward. Now, again, let's go back to the unit. So this is the model K36. Like I said, Rockpal, 250 watt. It does have, now let's talk about the outputs here. Now, this is a universal plug. you could basically plug any plug in the world right in here. You know, European, I want to say Asian, and what else? And African. You can plug any plug in here. It's a universal plug. It does have 2 USB outputs. Now, these are USB 2. These are not USB 3. They do have a unit that does have USB 3, but these are USB 2. And both of these ports are rated at 3.7 volts. So that's actually pretty high for USB 2. This is where you charge the unit. Now, it does say here, I don't know if you can see, but it says solar. Can I get camera to focus? There it is, solar adapter. So you could plug in the solar adapter here, but you can also plug the electrical plug here, the unit here. On the other side, we have the power switch, and it does have a fan to keep the unit cool. It does heat up after a while. You know, if you just continuous use, it does heat up, and you know, it gets hot. Here are all the different outputs. So this is where you could plug in other units. Like I said, if you want to plug in like your car accessory to this, you can plug it in here, right here. So before I forget, these two plugs here are actually 120 volt plugs. So they're rated to, you can plug in something up to 120 volts on each at the same time, which is kind of cool. Now, if I didn't mention this before, this is a 64,000 milliamp battery. This is by far the biggest battery I have ever reviewed. So this is a monster battery. Basically, everything you need in one battery, all the power that you need in one battery, or power. Yes, all the power that you need in one battery. It does have this a meter here that tells you how much power you have. Let me turn this on. I did charge this, but I'm not sure if the camera is the lights are gonna let me show you guys. Let's see if I could. There it is. Oh, okay, you know what, here, let's turn it off. Oh, now you can't see. The lights are actually blue. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, you can see a little bit when I turn it up. There it is. I have to get it really close to the camera because the lights don't let it show, but it is fully charged, and I charge this all the way. And I'll tell you one thing, listen guys, if you're looking for a unit to charge basically, practically anything in your house, with the exception of a couple of things. You don't want to use a microwave with this. You don't want to use, you know, anything that uses a lot of watts to run. You don't want to use it with this. Now, a TV, I did plug in a small TV and it did work. I did plug in my laptop. Like I said, I was using it for my cell phone, and all that stuff worked. And of course, anything that is USB, you could plug it in and it works. So the Rockpals 250 watt battery charger is basically the perfect charger for anybody who needs an emergency charger in their house, you know, in case something happens. It only weighs about 5 pounds, which is actually pretty light. Like I said, you could charge it either solar, electric, or on your car. You could charge it with your car battery as well, you know, as long as you have your car running. Don't just plug it into the car and the car is off. You know, you have to have the car running. And it does have the universal plugs over here, so you could plug basically any plug in here. So if you take this to Europe for whatever reason, you could use it over there, or Asia or Africa, wherever you're going. It does have a surge protector, so it will never, you know, if it feels like if the energy that is coming in is too high, or the energy going out is too high, it'll basically shut off and it won't blow up on your face, which is actually really good. And it does have a temperature control where, again, if it gets too hot, it will also shut off. There's also a fan on this side, I guess you guys can see that will help the unit stay cool, which is actually really cool. So on the website, they actually say that you can actually use a heater with this and a humidifier with this up to 3 days. Now, they do say that if you want to use a CPAP, you do need a converter. You should get a power converter, like with a protection on it as well. I'm gonna leave the link in the description for that converter that they recommend. But basically, you can use it with that. You can use the heater. You can use a humidifier with this, which is actually kind of cool. Basically, this is a power station. I mean, you have 64,000 milliamps of power at your fingertips. Very cool. I'm very happy with the unit. I'm so happy that I got this on the Amazon. Like they had like one of these specials where they, you know, it actually cost $300, but I got it for like $225. So guys, if you're looking for a power station that basically charges anything and powers up in your house, other than, you know, maybe your microwave or your stove, your electric stove, like the big electric stove, I definitely recommend this. This is a 110 volt, 120 volt unit. So anything that is a 120 volt unit, you should be able to power with this. Guys, Thanks for watching. You've been watching LGTV. I am Juan Granos. Find me on Instagram, Los Granos. Find me on Twitter, Los Granos. Find me on YouTube, Los Granos. Find me on Facebook, Los Granos. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and share. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.